Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Oh, and I got a diesel barking for some reason. And dogs with shredded dog toy on their bed that I just didn't feel like cleaning up because they were naughty. Alright, I don't think this was on any kind of helper because it can't be. Okay, this one's sitting here. Um, this one is on a helper. Hmm. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. No idea what it's doing, but doesn't look like it's helping anyway. Um, it is on automatic, so oh, and yeah, this brings up Richard. So Richard will no longer be joining us on the live streams. In fact, Richard no longer even has a YouTube channel or Discord, for that matter. He has left the online pharmacy world, basically, for family reasons, and that's all I'm going to say on the subject. I'll miss him, but, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Toy stuffing is from Sir Moose New Stuffy. I wasn't paying attention, forgot it was on the dog bed, and the other two big dogs came upstairs, and, well, damn it. Alright, so with no Richard, we are going to get rid of Richard's cracker. Not a fan of it anyway. Why we're driving it up here. Alright, anything we want to purchase? Already straight into the sale for less than I just got back for it. That's funny. Do. Nah. I was hoping for a forage harvester. Oops. Yeah, they're expensive. Alright. So he's doing his thing. Suppose I better turn the time on. That guy. Then unfold that. Lower that. Back here. And of course we'll have to keep an eye on our harvester there, just above the mini map. Oops, I missed something. With dogs. No big deal. We can take care of that if we need to. So that seems to be yielding pretty good. 20% already. 22. Yeah, that's going up quick. We're really gonna have to keep an eye on that, which I am notorious for not doing. On special offer, Richard's tractor. Yep. Hey, George. you probably missed it, but we sold Richard's tractor since he won't be returning. It was a little bit of a sad moment, but it needed to be done. I explained to everyone that he won't be returning for family reasons and left it at that. The details are his to share if he ever wants to. Not mine. I almost didn't even stream tonight between no more Richard and the fact that I'm not feeling good thanks to getting food poisoning yesterday. A mild case, but we had over the weekend our refrigerator failed, so we got a new one on Monday. I failed on Sunday, the old one. And you know, I have my portable refrigerator freezer cooler thing from when I was truck driving, and we put everything in that would fit. And we also still have the big deep freezer downstairs, so most of the frozen stuff went in that. So we were able to save all of our food, or so we thought. All of my breakfast sausage that was pre-made into patties by me, I took fresh ground sausage from the grocery store, made patties, and froze them in freezer bags. It's all bad. It's made me sick twice this week. Yesterday was pretty badly sick. And I'm still recovering today. So, you know, not feeling the greatest. Thanks to that, which, yeah, it is what it is, right? I thought it was going to be fine, but apparently I didn't get to it in time. Fingers crossed that's the only thing that went bad. Right? Oh, and I did it. I said I would do it, and I did it. Not paying close enough attention to that harvester. And it is full up. So yeah, hopefully nothing else makes us sick. So far everything else has been okay. As I'm sure you're aware though, pork can be... Don't go that way. Pork can be very dangerous if not properly kept frozen and whatnot. Not properly stored. I mean, so can chicken, of course. Really anything can, but chicken's probably the worst, and then pork behind that, as far as meats go. No, actually, strike that. Fish would be the worst. Fish and seafood. Then chicken, then pork, then beef. Interesting. I threw this stream out there, including posting it across several Discords, and I've gotten 2 new subscribers, but you're the only one here in the stream as far as I can tell. YouTube is telling me there's only 1 viewer, but that's not always accurate. Now it's saying 3. That's funny. Well, if those other 2 viewers are my new subscribers, thank you and welcome. Don't feel obligated to talk, but if you want to, I try to chat with everybody if I can keep up. I do appreciate everyone that watches my content, whether they chat, comment, whatever. It's all good to me. I'm real laid back about it. And I went to the wrong driveway, so we'll sneak between the house and the other one. We got Sir chewing on his old rope there. Floof from a half-destroyed dog toy. Miss Reese's behind. Garbage over there against the wall that I still haven't gone over there to pick up. Oh, shame on me. Dog of mine. There it is. I should probably get the third tractor out on the seeder or planter, whichever is required for that sewing contract. Well, about time to empty the combine, pardon me again. I guess with me basically having, even though it's an MP server, with me being single player on it here for the moment, maybe I should put in auto drive and horseplay just to help out. They can always be disabled if other humans join me again. Welcome back, George. Oh, I love my scotch. Yeah, this guy. Fold everything up, Buttercup. Yep. Yep, it has. Alright. Let's have a look at this contract real quick here. It is sowing of canola in field 87, which is right up there. So we would go out this way, loop around up this road, go across here and into the field. Really? Oof. That is a long shift. You know, thinking about it, I don't think this tractor has the beans to pull our seeder. Let's have a look. Yeah, there ain't no way. 143 horsepower. So, what do you mean still playing? Yeah, it definitely looks like hail, doesn't it? I wish they had different icons for different types of precipitation so you can tell for sure. Are those just giant raindrops? Are they snow? Is it hail? Either way, let's get this up to field 87 and we'll see what we see. So Scorp, Richard will not be returning. He has deleted his YouTube and Discord accounts to focus on family issues. And that's all I'm going to say on the subject. Agreed, Scorp. Agreed. I also wish him all the best. For all we know, he's still watching, you know. Just because he deleted his channel doesn't mean his whole account is gone or that he won't watch, logged out or whatever. Oh yeah. Starting next week, I'm going to be working Aussie hours. Yeah, sport, it's all we can ever do, right? People come into and leave your life all the time. All you can ever do is go on. But yeah, for 2 weeks I'll be working Australian hours. Like a future person. We have a new hire down there in Oz, and I get to help train for 2 weeks. I don't know, Scorp, should you? I don't know how realistic it is. We're gonna pull this big beast out here into the road because we need to empty. Oh no, that's right. This thing won't fill like that, will it? No! Will it fill if I put the little spout next to the bags? I don't remember. Ah! I did it again. Too much speed. The weight of this monstrosity pushes you around. Yeah, you're funny, Scorp. I'm not going to Oz. I'm just working their hours. Okay, good. It does work this way. Oh, now there's a mod. My hands are completely off the keyboard. The bulk fill mod, if you are not using it and you're on PC, you are doing it wrong. And I do mean that. Oh, look. What is a rat pack in this context, George? Is this a mod I'm not familiar with or something? Oh, I don't have to worry about that. PC Master Race. Auto load is on everything. Universal auto load mod for the win. Oh, you love me, George. You know it. Well, looky there. Alright. I can't put this. That's why it's not being done. I can't put this on a worker. Workers can't turn these around. What am I thinking? Oh, Scorp, no, no. Woo. I feel sick now. I've had food poisoning in the last week. Twice in the last week from sausage that went bad due to our fridge conking out on Sunday. I thought we got it all into the deep freezer downstairs in time, but nope. I can't even think about pork right now. because I didn't know that I hadn't gotten it into the other freezer in time, obviously. Yeah, it isn't any fun. You are correct. Yeah. When I was talking about it earlier before you got here, I said, as far as food danger from it going bad, fish and seafood is the worst, chicken's the next, then pork, and beef is at the bottom, and with quite a separation from pork, because beef doesn't go bad anywhere near as easy as the other meats do. And I don't know if you start throwing in things like goat, lamb chops, etc. I don't know where they fit. I know that wild game, it varies greatly depending on the game. I'm going to have to get another big tractor. This just is not powerful enough. Good grief. Can't even make 10 mile an hour due to the weight. Alright, well, let's shop for another large tractor, eh? Nope. None of these. They're too damn slow. I might have to install a mod or two before I can buy me a new tractor. Although we all know I love my 8RXs and 9RXs, and I can actually afford a 9RX right now. Damn. US spec. Well, of course, now it's already overpriced. Why? Oh, because it puts the 3-point on by default. That's rough. You know what? If I'm going to go for it, I'm going to go for it. So I need to suffer until I can afford it. Oh, this poor tractor. This poor tractor. Alright, let's get this finished so I can go back and help that poor tractor. Anyway, it worked out alright in the end, despite the food poisoning, because we got the fridge that we've been eyeballing for the last year and a half, because we knew that the fridge wasn't going to last forever. It was 10 years old. So yeah, and not only did we get the fridge that we wanted, it was 49% off. So it happened at the right time. Still expensive as hell, but yeah. Yeah, $2,300 with accessories. Accessories meaning 3 spare filters for the indoor water and ice machines and all that. And installation, delivery and installation are all part of that $2,300. So I'd say we didn't do too bad. Oh yeah, and it's the only thing I've ever bought an extended warranty on. That was like another $250 out of that price. This field, man, it is huge. So it has 2 ice makers on it. A semi-traditional one in the door where you can get cubes and crushed ice, but the one that's in the upper freezer, because it has dual freezers, and both freezers are on the bottom instead of the old-fashioned way up top. Yeah, it has dual freezers, and the top of the 2 freezers also has an ice machine in it, and it makes like tennis ball sized almost, somewhere about halfway between a golf ball and a tennis ball sized ball shaped ice. Pretty cool. We didn't know it did that. We didn't care. Oh, well, that's a good time for it to go out, other than you're already shelling out a bunch of money for the remodel, right? No, I drink my whiskey neat most of the time, so I don't really care about that. Although, I do have one in tonight's glass because I had to try it. If you were to mix good scotch with Coke, I would hurt you. If you put Coca-Cola in 15-year-old scotch, you are doing it wrong. That is a disgrace to the scotch. $100 a bottle. Alright, time-saving stock check. Does it show what's in our trailer? It does not. Alright, so regular price chart. Wheat. Wheat. $3.95 is the top, and we're closer to the bottom. Ooh, if I was going to drink Crown, it would have to be apple. At least Crown isn't a frickin' bourbon. Alright, I can't do this. He's just too slow. I'm gonna cheat. Don't tell anybody. Unfortunately, the only honey whiskey I've ever tried is a bourbon. And it's not that I dislike the taste of bourbons, it's that bourbons give me diarrhea. And I'm sorry, I have no interest in having diarrhea. That takes all the enjoyment out of having whiskey. Damn, that field is yielding good. Combine is already full again. Of course, I couldn't take much out of it the last time. I think that's the one that I tried. And it tasted great. I just didn't like what it did to me afterwards. I recently went through 2 bottles of the 15-year-old scotch that I drink in a day. But I didn't drink it all. I was sharing it. I only had 4 glasses out of it. Well, 5 if you count the 1 glass that I'd had the night before. And when I say glass in this context, it's 2 fingers in the bottom of an 8-ounce glass. That's still a lot of freaking whiskey at 40% alcohol by volume. And I think the scotch is actually 42 or 43, something like that. Hey, Peter. I don't know who you're calling trouble. Trouble. Oh, that's interesting. It skipped part of a headland here. Oh well. Hell no, if Peter was here, I would definitely share my scotch if he wanted some. I am not a stingy guy. That's awesome, Peter. That really is awesome. You do know that Lady Metal is a cancer survivor, right? I don't know if I ever talked about that or not. She had been cancer-free almost a year when her and I met and started dating. Her ex, who had been with her for 9.5 years, dumped her because she had cancer. Talk about freaking messed up. But I'm really happy for you, because that's, yeah. Cancer's no joke. Yeah, we've been together, well, shit. On the 6th of next month, we'll have been together for 11 years. So it'll be almost 12 years that she's been free of it. Oh, I agree, Stork. I agree. I'd beat the shit out of him if we ever met. And it's a rare occasion where I'd sucker punch him to start that shit too. Because in my mind, if you're that much of a piece of garbage, you deserve it. And if you deserve it that much, hell no, I ain't gonna fight fair. And I'm not even a violent person. But that's enough to piss me off enough to become a violent person, at least temporarily. That is just... And then, it even gets worse. He'd been cheating on her for at least several months, probably over a year, while she was getting cancer treatments. So yeah, real piece of garbage. Knob. Oh. Gotta love the way you guys talk. I think the most appropriate equivalent for that from the U.S. would be a tool. Lady Metal's axe really is a tool. And the woman he left her for, oh my god, she's so freaking ugly now. He did not win that one. For sure. Well, hey, I guess he gets what he deserves, right? Leaves a good woman for a quick piece of something, something. Just because she can't. Well, it'd be pretty hard to trade up from Lady Metal. She's not a 10 in any respect. Looks, personality, none of it. But she's a solid 7 or above in all of them. And hey, you know. And I'm going on my own opinion too. Not other people's. Where's that, Scorp? In her ability to put up with me? Because, yeah, I'll give you that one. She's definitely a 10 there. Speaking of Saturday, I don't know exactly what time yet, but Saturday sometime in the morning, probably around 10 o'clock my time. Her and I will be playing a multiplayer game together. It is not Farm Sim. But it should be very, very entertaining. I am certain there will be a lot of hush your noise comments from her. If you want to see what she looks like, Peter, you just watch my shorts from a couple months ago from when the bad storm came through and knocked some trees down. You can see her at her worst, all sweaty and gross from working outside. No, Peter, it's a cooperative game. We will be playing on the same side. But there will be chaos. There is guaranteed to be chaos. You don't want to know, George, because I'll make a mean comment about all the good mods are still only going to be on PC. In truth, it's about freaking time. That's my comment for you, George. No doubt, Scorp. No doubt. Lady Metal's 2 prior relationships both lasted 9.5 years. So we've already topped that. Like I said, we're only, what, 2 weeks or less away from being 11 years. And we still put up with each other. With no intentions of even thinking about anyone else. I don't think that'll happen in this case, Scorp, because the PC version has already existed for like a decade. I do think it negatively affects Farm Sim, because they have to pander and get held back by the consoles in a lot of ways. But I also think that the Farm Sim community of modders makes up for that. Nah, I'm booked. No, George, you won't need a Steam account because you won't be getting the game from Steam on PlayStation. You'll be getting it through the PlayStation Store. Yeah, Peter. One of them recently made me sick because the freaking text on the hood, or as you guys would call it, the bonnet of the tractor was freaking blurry from an official Giants mod. And I'm like, seriously? You guys can do better than that. There are poorly converted FS25 mods that look better than that. Yeah, which I don't understand, Peter. They dumped the older generation of consoles and only supporting the current gen now, which are capable of rendering almost as good a graphics as PC. So that doesn't make any sense. Just silliness that causes frustration. Exactly what Scorp was talking about. There's already a nice pontoon boat out there, Scorp. I just downloaded it the other day. In fact, there's a few nice boat mods already, and ship mods for that matter. Well, let me let me caveat that. I think it's a nice pontoon boat mod. It looks nice in the pictures. I have not loaded it into a game yet. I know what 2 out of the 3 of those are. I don't know what a skidder is. $10.52. I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about, Peter. The only new thing I'm aware of that has a 10 in it is the International 1066 mod that came out. I'm not a Fendt fan. I'll use them, but I don't ogle over them all the time when they come out. And that's probably in part because we don't really have Fendt here in the USA. Exactly, Scorp. Exactly. And the mod will be better than the base game one anyway. In addition to predating the base game one. Yeah, for tractors here, you pretty much have, for modern day tractors, you pretty much have John Deere, Massey, obviously Case, and New Holland, which Case and New Holland have now merged, so. Yeah, I wasn't saying we didn't have it here at all, Scorp, just very minuscule amounts. Just like, I've only ever seen one class tractor here, but a lot of class forage harvesters, a lot of them. High speed, low drag. We didn't scare you off, did we, George? Yeah, Scorp, I never have seen a JCB tractor here in the States. Just their telehandlers and heavy construction equipment. I quite like their telehandlers. In my opinion, they're much better than the Manitou. Not their tractors, Peter. Yeah, but they're not geared for doing the heavy field work that we have, Scorp. That's the problem. And for I've used one, Scorp. JCB telehandlers are awesome. They don't just look awesome. They actually are awesome. But as far as their tractors, they're not geared right for doing the heavy field work that we do. And as far as carting, we use semis for that, or straight trucks. So we don't need the high-speed gearboxes of the tractor. Yeah, don't ask me what model of JCB telehandler I used. It was several years ago at this point. But man, I loved it. All the controls were super intuitive. I was able to just get in it with no real training and operating. Which was phenomenal. Negative, Peter. And I assume you mean variable, not viable. The one that you were talking about above. That's just, here in the States, we would call that a range selector. And almost all of our big tractors already have that. They just don't have a very high range like the JCBs do. Like most of the cases have 4 gear ranges, and they're lettered A, B, C, D, rather than numbered. Watch some of Dirt Farmer's videos. He shows it in their big tractors a couple of different times. $60 miles an hour in a tractor would be insane. Oh, okay, well that doesn't really make sense to me, Peter. But it doesn't need to. As long as it makes sense to the people who are going to use it. Oh, they must be full. Yeah, I'll just stick with my vintage tractors from the 60s and 70s and a straight truck to haul. You know, a good old-fashioned Chevy grain truck or something. Or international. GMC. Hell, I'd even take a 1949 COE with a grain bed on it. Just fun. We sure do have some interesting discussions on this channel sometimes. But if you really want to twist that a little bit, all of our discussions, as long as I am involved, are relevant to the content because I am the content. Oh. I have that turned off, Peter, so I can't see it. As long as you're not talking about pork, you porker. Where are you going? Hey, hey! Where the hell are you going? I don't know where he's going. I want him to stop. You can, Scorp. You didn't know that you could turn that off? So up at the top of the chat window, you have a 3-dot button. You can turn it off up there, I believe. Something like that, anyway. Well, no, okay, it's not under there. I forget where it's at right now, but you can definitely turn it off. Where the hell is this guy going? I don't know. I don't care. Well, Scorp's about to get to use his Scorp commercials, though. The dogs are being weird, and I have to use the little farmer's room. Alright, I shall return in a moment. Or 5. You guys are bad. Mm. All right. What's on sale? A beast, you say? It's not enough of a sale to make me buy that, though. Moose, why are you licking the bed? You are a strange one, you know that? Don't look at me like that. You're a strange one and you know it. You're a strange one. Mr. Grinch. Oh, you're funny, Peter. You're funny. Uh-oh. Yay, allergies. Yay, a barking diesel downstairs, setting off the other kids. So we are literally coming to the very bottom. December, January, somewhere between November and January is going to be our best sale point. We're a ways away from that yet. But at least we have a silo so we can wait. And of course we can always check it here now as well, now that some's in the silo. Best value. Oof. A little less than I thought it would be. I was thinking more like 65, 70,000. Alright, well, the scotch is gone and I'm reduced to drinking water. At least it's nice and cold. What? You left this map, Scorp? I can tell you exactly where to go. Here. Just a moment. Frickin' smart ass. Frickin' smart ass. Yeah. Where is it? Come on. No, that wasn't it. There, that's it. Oh, idiot. Helps if you get the link if there is one. There you go, sir. There's a map there called Forest River. It's a nice 4X map. If you want, you can watch the Farm Sim guy's video on it. There's Farm Sim guy's video on it. Oh, cry me a river and go download it somewhere else then, you big baby. Yay. Alright. Back to the task at hand. You miss out on a lot of good maps by not doing Facebook. Maps and mods. Although I've noticed recently most of the modders who used to only post on Facebook now have their stuff on an itch.io page as well. Oh, but you know about it now. So now you are missing out. But like Northwest Mods and Edits, who make some of the best semis there are, used to only post them on Facebook. He has an itch page now, though. I suppose I could be nice and see if there is an itch page for this. Oh, it's not an itch page, it's a MediaFire link. That's what this is, Scorp. Forest River, North Dakota. I'm gonna have to go through this guy's mods, though. Like, there's a Farm King 1530 and a Farm King 13 something something. John Deere 2700. Ooh. Yep, gonna have to look at his stuff. But anyway, there you go. He even includes an auto drive for it. Isn't that nice of him? Oh no, it's Lady Metal in the house. I gotta stop talking shit about her. I love you too, dear. No, I was telling everybody how we're going to be doing something on Saturday. I didn't tell them what game, just that we were going to be streaming together on Saturday. And I was also telling them that, you know, in less than 2 weeks, we will have been together 11 years. And lastly, because we were talking about Peter's wife beating cancer, I told them about you being a cancer survivor. So we've covered a lot of ground tonight. Oh, whatever, Scorp. Yes, dear. That's why your ears were ringing. So are you home? Is that why the dogs went bananas? Gotcha. Well, in that case, I will probably be down here shortly if you just want to, you know, hang out until I finish. You're not allowed to be extremely tired at just after 8 o'clock. Why is this not picking up? I had to put it up. The other big kid's already tore a frickin' hole in it. That's why there's fuzzies next to him on the bed. Actually, I lie. They tore 2 holes in it. I'm pretty sure he's guilty for the one on the horn. Yes, dear, I know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he tore the hole in the horn, and the other big kids were involved. He may also have been with tearing a hole in the arm. they're a bunch of jerks. I got it away from them before either hole was real bad though, so you should be able to sew it back up. It didn't even lose enough stuffing to really be noticeable. But yeah, you know what, everybody? With Lady Metal home and that scotch hitting me, I think I'm going to call it a night. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and as always, we will see you on the next one. Saturday morning, still not sure what time. Pure chaos will ensue. Hope to see you all there.